Let us take you on a journey back in time, to a place you might say could not exist unless you know it does, to meet a people who were the result of one of the most exciting events in history, to discover a place and a people who nestle the past comfortably within their present, so that sometimes it is difficult to be sure where the past becomes today. Let us take you back in time. You're looking at the coast of China, and in 1513 it looked much as it does today. But one day in that year, the world changed forever. This man began the change half a century earlier. Henry, Prince of Portugal, called the Navigator. He sent his ships across thousands of miles of uncharted oceans in search of fabled lands, and thus began the great Portuguese exploration. Half a century later, another Portuguese, Jorge Alvarez, came ashore here on a small strip of land at the mouth of a great river. And after the first ship, others came to trade for the silks and spices, the tea and porcelain. And over the years, a permanent settlement grew on a small spit of land down the Pearl River from Canton, in a bay that was named for a goddess. The old legend tells of a poor girl who begged fishermen to take her with them down the coast to the city of Canton. Many refused, but one fisherman didn't. Out at sea, all the ships that sailed that day ran into a great typhoon. All were wrecked, except one, which ran before the storm to a sheltered bay. When the exhausted fishermen reached the shore, the girl had vanished. Later, they saw her again as the goddess she was. So it was in this bay that we built the temple to our goddess of the sea, Ama. And that is how our city found its name, Amagao, the bay of the goddess Ama. A long time later, we would be given another part of our name from the Portuguese, and we would be proudly called Macau, city of the name of God. And over the years, a slow process of growing together would unite us, we of the East and West, so that tolerance and understanding would become a part of our lives, so that Christian, Taoist and Buddhist, European and Chinese would live together in amity. This is the temple of the goddess of mercy, Kuan Yin. In 1844, the first treaty between China and the United States of America was signed at this table in the garden of the temple. The Ama temple is our temple for the goddess who gave Macau its name. She is the goddess of the sea, and in April or May, depending on the Chinese calendar, for 3 days the fishing folk of Macau visit the shrine for celebrations. In 1573, a wall was built around our settlement, and we built a gate in the wall, which we opened every morning for the trade with China. And a great Portuguese poet gave us the motto to place above our gate: "Take care of your country, for your country will take care of you." The poet was Luís Vaz de Camões, and this grotto is where he worked while he was in Macau, creating his great epic poem, The Lusiads. The astronomical observatory, which used to be above the grotto, was built by a Frenchman called La Pérouse. He later explored parts of Australia. So the ships and people came and went as the trade between China and Europe grew. Our settlement grew too, and we built lavish houses because we were proud. also built our churches in the grand style, like the great symbol of Macau, the famous St. Paul's. The first church was burnt down in 1601. A new one was built the following year, and the great stone facade was added about 1620. It was a labor of love by Europeans, Chinese, and Japanese Christians expelled from Japan. When you look closely at the facade, you will see the chrysanthemums of Japan, the figures of European saints, and the dragons of China mingled in the stonework. The church burned down again in 1835, but the facade remains as a great symbol of the first meeting place of East and West. People have called St. Paul's a sermon in stone. It is indeed an eloquent one. So we became a crossroads between East and West, and many people who had come to visit stayed with us, like the great painter TIRAI and others from many lands. And over the years, our legends grew around us. The riotous Dragon Boat Festivals, a pandemonium of firecrackers, drums, excitement, and frequent sinkings. Stones of our streets, stones that came to us as ballast in the trading ships, ships that carried our silks, teas, and porcelains back to Europe. And today, when people are at work or shopping in our street markets, they probably don't remember that they tread on history, because today is sufficient. But the past endures. You'll find it in our old porcelain. You'll see it in the signs of our streets, in all the differences of our city, where the old and the new are intertwined. We have so merged our heritage of Portuguese and Chinese and those of people from many different lands who came to us over the centuries that today it is difficult to separate one heritage from another. And the art and poetry and architecture of many lands has found a home with us here in tranquility. The past is part of our present in Macau. For over the years we have grown together, we of the East and the West, until today we are one. But still today, as in our past, people come to visit us. They join us as we celebrate our National Day, named after our great poet Luis Camões. Visitors also come to celebrate a far older Chinese festival of the Lunar New Year. So this is Macau and the Macaans. One place, one people joined together. Because against all likelihood, in a world where so often difference is strife, we have taken our differences and made ourselves a unity. We have become a people, Iberian or Oriental or both. We are the Macaans, and this is our city, Macau. Macau. The past is present. Come visit us soon.
Suppression of pirates in which they helped them led to this great gift by their Mandarin friends. 442 years have gone by, a memorable service no one can deny. Macau, Macau. Saudade. Suppression of pirates in which they helped them led to this great goodbye. Their Mandarin friends, 442 years have gone by. A memorable service no one can deny.
像漂泊了许多年，物换星移，幸福从此登岸。
梦飞翔，只因阳光照耀，海阔天高，从此生命如同海潮澎湃。你立刻听到，海风吹，吹开盛世莲花，雨天边落下一样美，它的美丽让世界惊诧。海风吹。在海上漂泊了许多年，物换星移，幸福从此登岸。
梦飞翔，只因阳光照耀，海阔天高，从此生命如同海潮澎湃。
开城市。